Yeah, so you, with anticipation, so pay attention first. You know, don't let the anticipation of Scott coming up here like ruin it for the first two songs. But Laurelyn Dossett.
When I was just a young girl at my mother's knee, well, she'd hold me and speak of when I would marry. Never marry you, a gambler or a drunkard, cried she. And never marry you, a preacher, he's the worst of the three. He will court you well and dearly while you're fair and young. Pretty words like sweet music fall from his golden tongue. But the wife of a preacher is always alone. For the Lord he is a-calling him far from the home. Oh maiden, pretty maiden, will you marry me? For I long for your sweet touch and good company. We will ride out on these mountains to the banks of the sea, forsaking any other for the dear love of thee. Oh mother, dear mother, your tears I can't stand. I will marry me the preacher, I will take his strong hand. For no man sparks this poor heart a fire like he can. Well, he may be a preacher, but he's still just a man. Words to live by, folks. I actually wrote that song for a play. I've been really fortunate. I'm in the Piedmont foothills of North Carolina, and for a long time there was a theater there, a professional theater company called Try It Stage, and I got to write the music for 7 shows there, or 6 shows there, and then one other. And 5 of those were Appalachian based. So that was a ballad from Brotherhood, which was an Appalachian version of Beowulf. So that's how weird my life is. So this next one, I don't typically talk about songs too much, but because we're going to be doing some songwriting tomorrow with some of you, and that's, I guess, why I'm here, I'll explain a little bit about where these songs came from. So this next song, I'm realizing, is 20 years old, which it's hard to imagine that I wrote a song when I was 5, but I was pretty smart. So this song I wrote, I was inspired by, I heard a report on NPR. I was making dinner, my kids were little, I was making dinner for the family, and I heard this report that they had closed the last textile mill in Eden, North Carolina, which is just north of where I was living at the time in Greensboro. And I knew that there were no other jobs in Rockingham County, and I just kind of wondered what those people were going to do and what I would do, with my young family. What would I do if I lived in a town with no jobs? And would I stay in the home place and stay with my people, or would I pick up and move for better times? So I come from a long line of leavers, and the song is called Leaving Eden. Oh, I need to turn it on. Pro tip number 1. And tune. It was in tune, but it's gotten warm in here. Hold on 1 second. That's the one. All right. Try that again. Hush now, don't you wake up. We'll be leaving at first light. Mom's buying you a mockingbird to lull you through the night. We'll Across the dam by morning, there's a blanket for you to share. You're building down in Georgia, Daddy hears we'll find work there. And the mockingbird can't sing like the crying of a dove. And I can't tell my daughters all the things that I'm scared of. But I'm not afraid of that bright glory up above. 'Cause dying's just another way to leave the ones you love. The ones you love. No work for the working man, just one more empty mill. Hard times in Rockingham, hard times harder still. The crows are in the kitchen, the wolves are out the door. Our father's land of Eden is paradise no more. And the mockingbird can't sing like the crying of a dove. And I can't tell my daughters all the things that I'm scared of. But I'm not afraid of that bright glory up above. 'Cause dying's just another way to leave the ones you love. The ones you love. My sister stayed in Eden. Her husband's got some land. The agent for the county thinks that they can make a stand. It's a hard life of working with nothing much to show. It's a long life of leaving with nowhere to go. And the mockingbird can't sing like the crying of a dove. And I can't tell my daughters all the things that I'm scared of. But I'm not afraid of that bright glory up above. 'Cause dying's just another way to leave the ones you love. The ones you love.
We like Scotty.
And Mike, will you join us also? So I'll mention a couple of things while these guys get set up. Yes.
Big shout out to John for letting me use his bass.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, John.
So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this next song, but I'll mention what Jim said earlier. If you are a PBS member or watch PBS, there is a new series out called My Music with Rhiannon Giddens, and she filmed the first. It's about. It's about music. And she, the first episode was actually filmed at my place in Stokes County, and I'm in that episode with her and her sister. And I guess apparently I was an influence on her, which is pretty hilarious to me. I mainly was her landlord. She lived in an apartment behind my house. But yeah, it is influence. Yeah, I didn't kick her out when the rent didn't come on time. Ooh, that was mean. I don't think that'd be a problem anymore. So a project that we all did together, that Rhiannon and Joe Newberry, and a lot of you guys know Joe, and Mike Compton and I did together was called The Gathering, A Winter's Tale in 6 Songs. Oh, thank you. I know several of you mentioned that you enjoyed that record, and I really appreciate that. It was commissioned by the North Carolina Symphony, so I got asked to write a song cycle, and I said yes. Mike and I have talked about all the things we say yes to, and then I went home and looked up song cycle, and I was like, okay, it's a bunch of songs that go together. I think I can do that. So anyway, this next song we're going to do is from that group of songs. It's called String of Pearls. I am a stranger on a winter's night, mile after mile, light after light, the moon a lantern, or the frozen world, moon after moon on a string of pearls. I am a mother, I count the years, day after day, tear after tear. My boys beloved, my precious girls, joy after joy on a string of pearls. I am a daughter, I am a son, heart after heart, a hope begun. My mother's hands, my father's curls, love after love on a string of pearls. I am a stranger on a winter's night. Reach for the joy and lean for the light. Moon the lantern for the frozen world. Moon after moon on a string of pearls. A distant candle, the stars swirl. Moon after moon on a string of pearls. Moon after moon. Moon after moon. Moon after moon. Moon after moon. So let's have a mandolin free-for-all on this next. Remember when we did this one last night, Rebel?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, come on up. Where's Don? Come on up. Yep. I'll tell you about this one real quick while everybody gets in place. You forgot about it? How could that be? I thought you were up all night practicing.
Yeah.
We were up all night, but no. So this next one I wrote with a man named Daniel Bernard Remain, who is a Haitian American classical hip hop violinist. So the North Carolina Honors Council thought it would be a great idea to put us together, and they did. And I toured around with him for a year in North Carolina a while ago, and you know, I live in rural North Carolina, and I see things all the time that aren't really. At the time, I didn't pay attention to in the same way I do now after having traveled with Daniel. So we would be driving around, and I'd say, well, how about we stop here for, and he'd say, look at all those bumper stickers. I can't eat in there. I can't go in there. You know, it's not safe for me in there. And we saw a lot of rebel flags, and we still do. So we decided we want to take back the word. Because to me, a rebel is somebody who's working for justice and peace and freedom every day. And there's a long history of those freedom fighters in North Carolina, so and everywhere, I know. And so different things are referred to in this song. It's called Rebel. It's my kind of rebel. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna stop because that just sounds terrible. Something's wrong.
How do you like it so far?
I just am not
If she was
intimidated.
a rebel, she'd play out a tune.
No, I'm not that rebellious. Sorry, it's just got the temperature and
It's not
I
hot at all
changed
here,
my
is it?
strings at lunchtime. Yeah, okay, here we go. Let's try it again. 1, 2. Rise the water, rise the tide, swell the longing, swell the pride, and the pull of land and sea collide. Rebel, river humming, underground, children running, freedom bound, and their mothers pray they never will be found. Rebel, still the rising, still the tide, swell of anger, swell of pride. And you swear you'll never change your mind. And fear and ignorance collide. For they sit by the dime read the city, black the time. Here we go. And their truth and innocence collide. And they swear they'll never stand aside. Heed the rising, heed the tide, hidden lovers, losing time, a swell of anger, swell of pride, a sea of lovers, sees the tide, and their longing and their innocence collide. Rise the water, rise the tide, swell
Laurelyn Dossett. Scott Hinkle, Ron Joy, give us 5 minutes. Don't go far. Don't go far. Don't go far. But if you need to run to the bathroom or something, now's the time. And then